Good morning, everybody. I guess it's almost morning. It's 10 p.m. Welcome to today's update. Let's talk about what's happening with Bitcoin. Eh? Also, and I'm going to talk briefly about all the coins on my watch list right now. Anything that's got a reg tag on it, I'm interested in. So, let's start with Bitcoin. What's really cool is daily trend has been extremely well defined by ACAT. This pivot here that has been drawn for us has so far held really well, and I've repeatedly taken longs on the daily 14 period CCI rollup, which, to be honest, is just twice so far, right? Once here and once here. Anytime the 14 period CCI does roll up, I am inclined to take a long position. So, with that in mind, I'm long. Right, we're above our mean reversion pivot on the daily chart, and we have bullish CCI rolls. So I'm inclined to take those longs. And if I stop out, well, cool. Actually, if we go any lower, we do have something else to point out. The mean reversion condition on the 250 and 605 periods, which I will define manually for you. Right. Cheyenne Cyan band. Is it Cheyenne or Cyan? I don't even know. 605. It's the blue one. Is 250, and the purple one is 605. So, when we entered the purple band, it implied we need to go down to the purple mean. However, the thing about mean reversion conditions is that they can technically complete on their own accord. Right? This condition has just been active for so long. Like, since this first expansion. We have repeated generations of volatility overhead, which causes the mean reversion condition to technically stay active, right? Because the completion of the condition is defined as the period of the mean reversion reverting below the 0.7 value on the wave PM. And let's actually load up 605 on wave PM so you guys actually know what I'm talking about. 605. Okay. And I'm going to make only the 605 visible. Okay. So we'll remove those 4 band colors. Beautiful purple. It's pretty cool. So we add the activation of the condition here. And then it's technically over. The condition technically completed. And this level of compression on June 24th. However, despite that, the condition remains expected. So it's muddy, and I don't actually feel like betting on the mean reversion, right? Because technically, by my own rules, mean reversion does not need to complete. However, just the insane respect that this has been given is not easily ignored, right? Because as long as we stay above this band, bullish trend continues, and the moment we go inside the band, reversion down to this mean is implied. But more importantly, all it means is we'll stay inside this purple band, and by God, have we stayed inside the purple band? Like, if you caught short entries based on this signal, right? Short entry in the top edge there and the top edge there. It's just too clean. And it makes me question my sanity, right? So that's why I'm only playing the macro right now. We have a bullish signal on the daily, or at least we did several days ago, and the condition hasn't changed for the bullish entry. So I'm inclined to back hold. That's what I'm doing. I will say that I'm actually in alts over actual just Bitcoin right now. As far as the shorter time frames on Bitcoin goes, they're sloppy. Yeah, I don't want to bet against a daily pivot, so we're just going to leave these alone. So let's talk about everybody's favorite charts. I was going to list them off, but I don't even remember what I have bookmarked. Huh. Let's change this back to 200. You know, I covered myself in tea tree and peppermint essential oil to keep the mosquitoes away, and it burns. It's my fault. I did this to myself. All right, we want to look at that. Really, all I'm looking at is BAT, BCPT for their implied upward mean aversions, and bullish trends. Like, BQX looks really bullish. It's just a matter of catching the swing low, which apparently just happened with Quad CCI. At least that's what the Quad CCI says. To be honest, Quad CCI looks super choppy on this bit of an uptrend. I think daily might treat us better. It isn't. It's just a straight uptrend. Okay. Well, catching the swing high on BQX is iffy, so we'll leave it alone. Bread. That shouldn't be bookmarked. Poor Bread. Bread was a great scalping coin for a long time, but it really kicked the bucket this week. When you get this kind of hardcore range trading like this, people don't like to set stop losses, right? Because when you see this kind of price action, everybody thinks, oh, it'll go up eventually. So they buy the bottom of the range, and then they just try to sell the top of the range, right? So what happens if everybody buys the bottom, but nobody sets a stop loss? Because, well, why would you set a stop loss if you're in a volatile range and you know it's eventually going to go back up, right? Well, eventually price goes down. The reasonable people stop out. But then the panic sets in. And you see aggressive downward expansion. Like so. Right, because we got a 50% drop in 12 days. That's what happens when you have a tight range over half a year longer. Christ, look at the size of this range. Rip in peace, BQX. That's a year-long range. Nobody wants to set a stop loss in a year-long range. So when it does break, panic selling, hardcore panic selling. So that's bread. I would not try to catch the dip. Not yet. E&J. That should not be highlighted. That's an awful chart. If you get this kind of aggressive trend, you don't immediately get reversal. You need consolidation, typically. Komodo. Volatile mean inversion pivot. Yeah, I can see why I had this on my watch list. That is actually kind of nice. I would take a long here. Right, you have an implied local low, and you have a 20% upside. Hey, man, I like it. It's just, you get that kind of lower low, it's pretty far away. You're going to need a 2-to-1 profit ratio and a small position size. PPT. Same scenario. Try to catch the swing low. Quad CCI is going to be your best bet on that front. Riven. Take that off the watch list. Walton Chain. And a volatility pop. Actually, no. From the last time I reviewed it yesterday, which was here. Right. Yeah, we had a bullish wave PM cross, which isn't set up right now, and I don't feel like refreshing the chart template. Quad CCI. Jesus. Except it wouldn't even work, because it's just technically not weighted. It's just a compressionary state. The reason I like this is because you have implied strength, and you have a relative period of compression with a breakout. So it's an appealing chart. It's just a matter of trying to catch the swing low, and that's risky. XRP, man, as soon as XRP breaks support again, it's screwed. But what if we're right this time? What if this is the alt season? Right? Well, we got volume divergence. We got reducing volume with aggressive downward trend. Ooh. Any kind of bullish confirmation would be great for XRP, but it's super high risk still. Just be aware of that. And that's it for my watch list. I'm going to look at QKC as by request. And then I got some emails to answer. I spent all day having fun, and now it's time to work. I had a friend over who made some steaks. I made some really good sauteed onions using Moroccan harissa, a fig balsamic reduction, and an Indian anchor mango chili powder. They were really good onions. I put them on top of steak. Oh my God, New York strip. It was a special day. It wasn't Frank Sinatra. It was great. I had a good day. I needed a good day. I look at these treads too much, man. Gotta get out. I go hiking every Sunday, so I'm good. Don't worry about me. I manage my stress very well for a full-time trader. Alright, that was a tangent. I need to talk about QKC. I am burning up. Feels like I got icy hot in my thighs. Jesus. It's not fun. I tried taking a shower, it didn't work. If you want to bet on that trend line, you can. I mean, I'm not a trend line guy, but it looks super obvious, right? You got a lot of green volume. I'm sure if you looked at the unbalanced volume, this would be super bullish. Sure, it's by the trend line, man. Go for it. Sell below the trend line, buy above the trend line. You know, simplicity can work. Oh. Let's check the comments. Horror Coder asks, that sounds yummy. What's the recipe? Yeah, I'll just give it to you right now. Proportions don't matter. Yellow onions. Doesn't have to be yellow. Mango Anchor powder. You can just get it on Amazon. Anchor. A-N-C-H-U-R. Fig balsamic. A little bit of olive oil. You just throw it all in at the same time. Doesn't matter. Harissa. Moroccan harissa. That's what you get on Amazon. And Japanese 7 spice. That's the secret. It's the recipe. And then you just saute it until the onions are translucent. You might be better off doing the onions first and then adding all the extra cool stuff later. So that way you don't get any acrid flavors. Right, because if you burn the balsamic, your onions are screwed. Also, make sure you have a fan on while cooking it. Like, a combination of pepper, onion, and balsamic reduction all going into the air at once, that'll choke you to death. So be careful. Hi, Garrett. What's up? That's it for today, I think. I said I would live stream today, so here I am live streaming. It's too late for this, though. I'm gonna go to bed. Yep. Have a good one. Ciao.